Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi guys! Welcome to the 42nd episode of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. So happiness, in my opinion, is probably the most important characteristic of a wildly successful lifestyle. I mean, if you're not happy, what else really matters? Growing up, I was generally a happy kid. It came naturally to me. I mean, we had a big family, lots of siblings, and my grandparents were always around, which we loved. Happiness was pretty easy because I didn't really have responsibility. I mean, my parents loved me, had lots of siblings, and a best friend that I could hang out with and confide in. She was a little older, so she taught me so much, but I also thought she was pretty cool. And at 14, friends are super important to your happiness. And then something happened, something that challenged that happiness. My best friend was killed in a car accident. Now, I remember coming home and it was dark. It was nighttime. Cell phones were not a thing yet, so I'm kind of dating myself. But my sister comes running out of the house and she's crying uncontrollably. My parents finally got it out of her what was wrong, and, well, the events from there, I'll never forget. I mean, it was the first time I'd ever experienced death, and it was especially shocking because I had just seen her that afternoon. I mean, we were making plans for the weekend. Now, I was fortunate to still have that happy demeanor, but it was a lot harder to be happy because of what had happened. I learned at a very young age that life and things were fleeting. Nothing and no one is forever. Gradually, I became whole again, and eventually Ange, that was her name, was a memory for me. Her parents gave me the other half of the necklace she and I both wore that said best friends. I still have it to this day. Now, I'm telling you this, not trying to depress you. I'm telling you because the sooner we realize that happiness comes from within, the sooner we can be consistently happy. Happiness isn't another person. It isn't a car or a house or a vacation. These are all things that come and go. Now, they may increase the level of excitement temporarily, but having them isn't the reason you're happy. Having them doesn't make you happy. You know the feeling of excitement when you get a new car, only to have it 6 months later? I mean, it's kind of worn and maybe a little dirty, but you still have the same car note? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How about the lover that's no longer around? Now, you cannot put your happiness or rely your happiness on people or things. Now, I love shopping just about as much as any pastime, but the things that I buy are always temporary enjoyments. That's it. That's life. That isn't going to change. Finding our happiness from within is a true superpower. It's very empowering to know that no matter what happens around you, you can find a way to be happy. Not only empowering, but freeing. True freedom. So can we all agree that we need to have a certain amount of happiness within us? How do we do that, though? Like, what is the secret to being happy? Isn't that the million-dollar question? Here are 3 things I think are especially helpful in creating happiness within yourself. Now, I've been doing this and working on this for a long time. All right. So number 1, expectations. They can wreak havoc on our happiness because if they aren't met, we're upset. Not everything in life is going to go as planned. There are setbacks. Things happen. We mess up. Basing our happiness on specific outcomes that are out of our control is a sure way to be miserable. Now, I take on the belief that if it were meant to be, it would be. If not, something better is coming along. You didn't get that job? A job that is more suited is around the corner. You didn't get the second date? Thank goodness, because someone better's coming up. I seriously write in my journal every single day that I'm grateful that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and things are always working out in my favor. And you know what? It's true. And it's true for you too. Always be looking for the light at the end of the tunnel or what you can learn from a situation that didn't turn out the way you wanted it. Okay, number 2. Never, ever, ever, ever compare yourself to others. Trust me, it's a dead end street. The next time you start to say or think, well, this person is doing this already, or I'm not as successful as her, stop and think for a minute. That may be true, but maybe you spend more time with your friends, your family. Maybe you have more time with your dog, which I think is super awesome. I mean, your version of success and happiness has to be defined by one person, and that's you. What's meant for you will always be yours. No one else is going to get it. I'm going to say that again. What's meant for you will always be yours, and no one else is going to get it because it's meant for you. There isn't a finite supply of success or happiness. It's possible for everyone, and it looks different for everyone. It comes in all different shapes and sizes. Keep working on a better version of you. You're unique, and you're beautiful, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Oh, and guess what? We're human beings, and once we reach a goal, we want more, so you're always going to want to be growing. You'll always want more, and that's the joy of the journey. Okay, number 3. Do more of the things you love. Think about the last time that you were the happiest. I mean, my guess is it probably involved family or friends, relaxing, being in nature of some sort. Are you doing enough of the things that make you happy? I mean, do you spend enough time actually enjoying life? That's what we're put here to do. I mean, many times we think, well, work can't wait. I have to be on call at all times. I mean, if you're an emergency room doctor, maybe, but most of us aren't. Can we carve out time each day? And yes, I said each day, to do something we love, something that makes us happy. I mean, I know it's a Monday, but go out to dinner with friends tonight. Turn your thoughts around a bit. Have more fun. Start doing things out of the ordinary. Mix it up a little bit. Maybe go for a walk in nature without being distracted by your phone. Invite friends over on a Tuesday for dinner and cards. Pick a day when you come home, you don't worry about your to-do list. You simply enjoy time with your family, your friends, or simply being alone without the thought of having to do. And finally, just one last quick thing. Be grateful every day for what you have. Take a few minutes each day to just write down what you're grateful for. Appreciate where you are and be excited for what is coming. Remember, true freedom comes from happiness within, and who doesn't want that? Okay, guys, love you all, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.